Great. Let's bow. Great. Onegaishimasu.
Onegaishimasu.
Great. We'll just loosen up a little bit. Just take a shoulder width. Yes, the jaw. Release the shoulders. Set the elbows a little bit. If it's a little bit cold, you might want to jump a bit higher. Use the body a bit more. Great, settle in the feet. Take a nice deep breath in. Reach up nice and gently, just lower it down. And let the spine just curl. Gently down, just loosen out the spine a little bit, lower back. Come up, take a nice deep breath in. Chin up. Just release it down. Coming up, breathing in, one more. Down. And coming up. Good. Just gently place the chop over the head, at the back of the neck. Just loosen up the arms. Just watch behind you swing to rotations. Right. And just taking the ends of the jump, reach up lightly. Come up. Back to the center, reach up, lengthen over. One more time each side, reach up, lengthen. Back to center, and one more time. Right. Good. Just take the legs a little bit wider. Just roll the jaw around, circles. So releasing the shoulders. Work the knees a little bit, coming down. Just be careful. The back. Go over the shoulders, round. Good. Great. Changing direction. Further away. And one more rotation. Release the body to the ground. Let the arms stay wide. Release the head, the neck. Just rolling the jaw up the legs. Take yourself up to Critical. Let's take one leg forward. Lengthen out the back leg. Let the back toes point forward as well. So that both toes forward. Lengthen down the back of the leg. Open the front of the hip. Lengthen the leg. Good. One more time, go down a little bit deeper, just float the knee off the ground. From the center, just place the jaw at the hip, just let the hip fold and just let the hips body lower down. There's a little bit of pressure into the hip, just open out a little bit. Once you've got the jaw kind of trapped in the hip, you can loosen out the arm if you want. You don't want to collapse the body into the jaw in this case because you're going to crush the belly up to the jaw. So just keep the body long. Do it. Lengthen out the legs, take the jaw. Lengthen the arms down again, down to the ground. Find the feet nice and solid in the ground. You're just going to gently place the jaw down on the ground, just roll it out with the hands. So you're going to lengthen out the hands. Lengthen the arms forward, just roll it out as far as you can comfortably with the back. Lengthen, pull the hips back. Nice and long through the spine, tailbone to the neck, long through the arms. Nice deep breath in. And as you breathe out, just roll the arms back, just so they're kind of level with the chest, with the shoulders. Bring the jaw, take the jaw up, bring it to the shin bone. Just pull the back up nice and long. Good. And gently pushing into the ground, pull the body up nice and long. So let the feet come together. Good. Just shake out the hips a little bit. Loosen up that tension. Just placing the jaw on the center line. So the center of the jaw and the center of the body are the same. And just start to roll the hips. Release out the arms. And the key thing with this one is don't do this in this one. So it's not really an arm exercise, it's the body rolling the connection with the jaw. Just let the arms kind of follow it. As the movement gets bigger, the arms are going to have to kind of open up more. Try and keep the jaw in contact with the center line. Change the direction, so to roll it forwards. Good. And then just taking the jaw off the body, just that same kind of roll. Just start to play with the arms so you can kind of roll the hands down the weapon. Just to play with that same feeling that the jaw and the center line are really rolling together. And again, definitely not the hands kind of doing the movement of the body, following the body goes and the arms follow. So your arms are now the connection point between the jaw and the body, the core. Just play with it. You can have the hands close together, a little bit wider. We'll just change the weight and the feeling in the 𝗔. Now the contact is off the body. And just mixing also now both ways, kind of rolling one way, roll the other. Just slowly rolling through. No focal points, the movement, just rolling the connection. And then just taking the center of the 𝗔, just one hand, just switching the sides. But again, let the core initiate the movement. Lower body nice and grounded. Feet plugged into the ground. Hips engage, hand forward. Trying to allow the knees to absorb the movement down as well. If you lock the knees, this is going to happen. So, knees are going to cushion the body. And just take it to the speed that feels kind of comfortable, a bit challenging maybe. Start to slow it down. And slower. And then you're going to reverse it. Reverse the grip also. Just to practice a different grip, take the thumbs so that they go behind. And to lock at the back. And just start slow, find the connection. Again, don't let the arm create it. Let the hip guide. Arms follow. You should get the connection. Just take it to the speed feels comfortable, and then challenging your ability to keep calm, keep control, and stay grounded. Start to slow it down again. Nice and slow. Actually, the transition. Good. All right, we'll do the top now and the back. So we'll go, what's the space? So you now have the 𝗔 on the side. As it comes over, what you want to do is let the 𝗔 stay horizontal. So it's going to kind of pass over horizontally as the arm kind of raises. So it passes over. The back of the hand takes the 𝗔, and then you switch it out. So you want to kind of put the back of my hand on the back of the other hand, and then it's going to receive the 𝗔 that way. And then out. Receive, and then out. Again, just do it slowly to start. Notice the extra weight going up and out, and try and again meet it with the feeling down into the ground. Open out the sides, touch the walls. So. Try and really notice that kind of asymmetrical weight across all sides of the body now, and match it, the body. So great, keep going. Okay. Okay, so I got these techniques also from Joe, but also they're from nunchuck as well. So if you think about using nunchucks, right? Yeah, nunchucks. Everybody knows nunchucks, right? Bruce Lee. Two sticks tied together with a chain, right? So some of these techniques come from nunchuck work. So the idea is that you trap the nunchuck and then you release it and you use it to whip. Now, nunchucks really rely on a kind of whipping motion of the body. So it's a really great weapon, actually, very good, very useful for martial arts. But there's what's kind of called like an inflection point, right? As you strike someone especially with a nunchuck. But if you think about it, as you kind of whip the chuck out, the chuck, it whips out, and there's a kind of inflection. There's a point when I need the weight behind it in the body, and it's the same with any strike, right? The weight needs to be behind it. So think as you do these, all of these are like Joe twirling exercises. They shouldn't really be done as Joe twirling exercises, right? They should be done with the intention that I'm putting weight behind it and actually striking with it. So when you do it, you don't have to actually feel like you're striking. Well, actually, you do have to feel like you're striking. There's a moment when you do this movement out, the body needs to be really behind it. Now, if the body in that moment does this, there's nothing in the arm, right? Now, I can throw the stick at someone, that will hurt as well. But I was like, boom, nothing will have really no effect. So imagine you're actually biting into the ground with it, and actually, my movement is to really give an inflection to the end of the stick. So it's like I want to send weight out of it. At the same time, I need to send weight down, but I can't like send weight out in the body. There's nothing there. I get kind of taken out. So with the stick here at the top, feel like as you go out, it sends that you hit out, and then you roll it back, and then you hit out, and then you roll it back, and then you hit out, and then you roll it back, and then you hit out, you roll it back. So there's a kind of inflection point in the movement. And this is like classic Joe, it's like down and out all the time. So the more I have the down, the more I can kind of pass weight out of the stick to the end of it. Kind of feel it. Kind of feel it. That's it. Yes, yeah, that's it. Good. All right, so we'll do the back movement as well. So you just take it from here. What I want to, as an extra movement, so you're going to really open up the Joe to the kind of forearm, down, just across the bicep. Release it this way. It's going to come across the back, and then you find that way. And then again, let it come to the forearm as well. So you're opening up the grip, and then find the grip, goes down, and then you change, comes up, goes down, change, back, down, change, back. Down, change, back to the forearm. So each time you're kind of just touching the top of the forearm. Finding the spine, changing, and the spine, changing. So, good. Okay. Daniel, hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Okay, good. Yeah, good. So again, look for an inflection point in this one. This is not a normal one, and it's not, in a way, kind of a useful one. So imagine there's like someone behind me and I do this, whoa, and I hit them on the back of the head, whoa, and then I send it through this way. But the feeling here, although it's not a useful one, it's like there's someone behind me or a dog, bam! That's the dog I don't want to bite me. Like a stray dog. Oh, I want to get it away from. So, but be careful with this one. This is very easy to hit yourself. Wham! On the leg. Wham! On the other leg. So as you do this, be really careful. But have the feeling now that there's an inflection down as you do it, and then you release it, roll it out, flex it down, release it, roll it out, inflection. Oh, don't hit yourself. Definitely don't hit yourself with this one. Definitely not on the ankle. Wow. So do it slowly, but that feeling again of letting weight drop. Cool. If you're familiar with this dealer, you'll know this one, but it's like, remember this one where you get pinned the hands behind the back, right? So I get a shoot, and I try and do kotegaeshi on this one. So I can only do it if I get the hip to kind of bite into it, right? I get the hip to bite it, and then release and open it out, and then I'm in with it this way. So this actually, we do actually do this in the system, this movement, but there is a point later where you can use this, but it's a feeling that they flex down the back. Oh, you release it. Oh, there we go. Don't do that. Don't do that one. That's not good. Good. And then bring these two together. So we'll do the top here, and then take it this way. Down, goes out, rolls up, goes down, rolls up, goes out, rolls up, goes out, rolls up. Watch out. And depending on your speech, you're going to have to shift around as you do this. I definitely do. See, it goes across. So it just goes one way. You keep that sense of there's a kind of fight in the movement, fight into the movement. And just like this, you can do this both ways. You just take it one way and the other. But it's up and then back across. And you can switch at any point. Switch. Good. Great. And then just the last couple of minutes, just for full mobility with it, it's just play with all the directions. So you've got this way, you've got this way, you've got this way, and you've got the back that we just done. But just play with all moving around, changing the grip. Also calm in the middle. Keep that sense of weight. Yeah, if you feel the connection's kind of loose, you're kind of losing it, or the arm starts to kind of do too much with it, just grind yourself down, slow it down, and let the hip give the movement to the hips. Not really about Joe twirling, really about letting your weight settle, expressing weight out and down, and showing a little bit of hand work to do it. So good. Ooh, fighting cats. Okay. Great. Okay, great. So last time we were looking, I think, with the 6-count kata, and then looking at some kind of variations of building it up into a longer set. We'll do the same thing. We'll look at a few other sets with a few other different rhythms to it. So again, just start with the 6-count, nice clear basic one. So find the left side, real clear kihon form. So you've got here, ich, sa, shi, go, and nice clear 6-count. Sa, shi, Okie dokie, great. So we'll add in the HASSO again. So last time we were using the HASSO. We'll go again to the HASSO, and we'll just work with we'll just start with some of the 𝘰𝘰𝘪𝑗. So let's see. Yeah, we'll run through the 𝘰𝘰𝘪𝑗 nice and quickly. We won't spend too much time on it, but just work with the HASSO. So the first 𝘰𝘰𝘪𝑗 from the HASSO rolling back and into the strike. Yeah. And if you can really draw the jaw to the top and not quite able to fully, really find that position, find the long position with the jaw, and then release the hip into the strike. Yeah, so this is HASSO Gaeshi Uchi. HASSO. And then release. Find the strike. We'll try. Work some of these 𝘰𝘰𝘪𝑗 into the 6-count. So, okay. Okay. Yeah, so there's kind of two uses with the HASSO all the time. There's the blocking use of it, which is kind of the way we use it in the 𝗧𝗞𝗏 in a sense. And I'm kind of rolling, covering, and blocking, and then coming up to the top. The other way of using it is like really as a strike, right? So you've got the HASSO position, and I roll in and use the back end to basically strike. One of the origins they think with this movement comes from the use of the rifle, right? So I've got a rifle with a bayonet on the very useful end of the rifle, apart from the front end and the gun, which can fire the bullet, is the butt end of the weapon, right? So I use the butt end to strike with, right? So a lot of these movements, if you think also about 𝘥𝘰𝘬𝘪𝘏𝗧, they use the butt end of the 𝘭𝘰𝘀 basically. So a lot of the origins we think from these forms actually come from the study of the rifle work, which was like a longer rifle with a bayonet tip and a big butt end that you could use to strike with the back end. So think as you do this also, although the movement predominantly we're using it as a block, it has the potential to be a strike as well. So it's not that I'm doing this with the body and kind of pulling it into the body this way. It has that feeling that you can actually feel that the hip here is going to kind of strike behind it. So the hip's behind that hand, this. Yeah, so feel that you could if you chose to take it into a strike very easily and then roll it up. Yeah. So that's one of the uses for it. You can block, but you can also strike with it. And it has the potential for both within the movement, within the basic. The application of it is the block, or the application of it is the strike, but the basic form has the ability to be both ways. Should have that same kind of quality.
How do you have the feeling of the hip behind the 𝘭 as you're taking your right foot backwards, or am I missing a sequence in this?
Think of it, the back hip rolls this way.
Yeah.
And rolls that out, right? Now that hand is not really moving, so it's not that hand's doing anything. And it's not that hand's doing anything. I'm just rolling the hip in between, right? So it's that kind of feeling, right? And then the hip, this leg and this hand are basically connected, right? Through the shoulder and the spine, right? Now, if I do this with the hand, that connection's gone, right? Because I've lost the tension here, right? So it's kind of gone, right? So there needs to be extension in the hand, in the arm, this arm too. So this is still extended, right? It's not here. If I do that straight away, oh, I've lost everything I do is lost now. Shit, where's my extension? Where's it gone? It's gone there. So my extension's gone. I need to bring the extension back into the body, right? So it's that kind of feeling, and then I can roll it with it. Yeah. So that think about extensions never dropped, right? I never lose extension purposefully, in a sense. I never give my extension away unless someone takes it, or I want to give it away to trap them. That's something else. You want the extension? Okay, boom, boom. Right. So sometimes you give the extension away, but I won't do it. I will do it consciously. I won't do it on purpose in the weapon work.
So can you, Michael, can you just step back a little bit so I can see your feet as well, please? Yeah, perfect.
So the hip releasing like that, right? But the key with this is this arm moves, that the hand's flexible on the 𝘭, but nothing really happens with that connection. But it's not that this hand does that. It does that basically. It's like opening, right? So it's like opening a door. So there's the door, and then I roll back with it. So it's like opening a door. Or I do, and I pull the door onto me. Right? So you're like hinging the body open, basically, one side.
That's completely changed my HASSO.
Yeah. Okay, ready, right, done. So one thing, we get stuck in the center line as well. Watch this. So if I'm this happens in karate a lot. There's a famous story in karate. I shouldn't probably say this on YouTube. There's a famous story because someone wrote a karate manual in the early days of karate when it was being taken to the West, and they drew a picture like the center line, and they were looking at the strikes, the ski, right? Now they drew the center, they drew this, and they drew the motions this, so that the center line's stable and the punches go like that, right? But actually, it's not how it is, right? Because you hinge the body, right? I hinge the body one way and I hinge the body the other way, right? This is how you actually generate power. If I stick in the center line and this, I do that, right? It doesn't make sense, right? But everybody copied the picture. They didn't read the instructions. They copied the picture, right? Because the picture is the most visual thing. That's what they found, right? So this is it's a long story, but this is part of it. It comes from the gradual. Now, if I ever feel like it's fine, you move from the center and all that kind of stuff, but I don't want to be stuck in the center, right? Which means I'm doing things like, well, for one, that's stuck in the center line, right? That's one thing that we get all the time. Like I'm stuck on the center line. I can't deviate the sword off my center line, which is just rubbish because you need to deviate the sword off the center line depending on the circumstance, right? But in this case, as you go over, the Joe's going over this way, right? So I need this part of the body to roll the Joe over that side of the body. But I don't want to be stuck on the center line, which means I'm kind of trying to do something like that, right? But this is whole idea of like balancing asymmetry. But I need to hinge one part of the body open, which means this part needs to be the hinge, right? Like a door. But I'm not like a double-ended. This is tricky. Stretching my analogies now. I'm not like a double hinge door, right? Something like that. I just work that way. I open one way, open the other, open one way, open the other. But in this case, I'm opening this way, right? So the body rolls it this way. But it's not that I lose the center line, but it's that I'm trying to manipulate around without being like stuck with that. Yeah, this is something else. Taking Joe over one side bit. That's the tricky bit to find balance in. Okay. Okay, we'll do one more. Look at this. Look at the ski. So you roll up into the HASSO in the same way. Watch the ceiling, and then you drop it down, find it, and then you roll it back up. Yeah. There's a couple of moments with this. You've got this transition, this, and then you've got the transition here. Yeah, the hip pulls back, and I adjust the hand, and then I find the second grip this way. So the first grip is that open grip, or the first position is that position. You ski, and then you roll it back, and you end up in that position. Thumb down with this one. Yeah, that's the end position for this one. Yeah, give it a try. So this is HASSO ski.
Are you quite close with your hand?
Yeah, the end position is a little bit closer, so I'm in that position, and then as I go, I allow the Joe to pass through the hand, but I don't want it to go there. This is too far, right? It will kind of roll the body up, so I just want that position. I want to pass it, and I want to just find that. So I'm in around about that kind of distance, not too high, and I'm in that kind of position. The elbow's really unstable, so I want the end position. The elbow should be able to. The elbow should drain down into the shoulder, but if I'm too high with it, I might as well just go. I might as well just go to that position with the arm. But if I try and grip it and do that, it's a really tricky position for my shoulder to kind of struggle with. So this position is better for the shoulder. So I'm kind of out in that position.
Okay, thank you.
And the wrist is flexible in that position. Yeah. Give it a try. Try not to put any holes in my ceiling. Yeah. Yeah. So there's always a kind of down quality with all the movement. I think this is ski work as well. So the body needs to be kind of rooting down. So in this position, the HASSO position, you're quite narrow, right? With the hands and the feet. The feet are narrow. When I go to the ski work, I can't keep that narrow position. So something like that. Oh, it's really bad position. And then coming back up. So think as you go down, the weight's going to drain into that back leg, the weight drain. And I press it, and my feelings to go this way, underneath, right? So this drops in to the body, right? And I'm in a wide position here because it's ski work, right? I need that wide position for that movement to happen, right? And then I roll the foot back, press into the foot, press the hip back, and this rolls the jaw back up, right? So I go, drain it down, and then roll the hip back up. I'm really trying not to hit myself. Yeah. So you press it down, and then you roll it back up. Yeah, that way. There's a kind of, again, this is kind of inflection where this digs in, and then I roll the body back out of it. Right? So you dig in deep to the ground. Boom. That's it. Yeah, dude. Nice. Bang. That's it. Yeah. Good. And then you release back up. Yeah, nice. That's it. Nice. Yeah, good. Oh, watch out. Stray Joe. Don't want any dentist bills. Yeah, good. Okay, we're gonna do one more, and then we're gonna bring these together. We'll do the last HASSO movement, which is the really interesting one. So this is the barai. So you've got this moving up to the top, and then releasing back, really coiling the body through and bringing the jaw with you. Yeah. So you've got the roll, the release, and then this coil of the body out. Really great position for the body to struggle in for balance. Nice, tricky position.
Do that again from here, please. From here.
Roll. You can do this in a few steps of that. The key thing here is finding the rotation, finding the ground. So I'm going to bite into the ground, and the jaw's now going to pass in that direction. Okay? So it's like a raking movement of the jaw.
Is it barai?
Yeah, this is a barai.
Okay. I thought you were doing the.
It's a sweeping.
Okay. I need more space then.
What I imagine with this, the strike, apart from like making space, and you can use it obviously to strike, I imagine it raking across someone's eyes. So dealer's right there. I can just like rake the jaw across the face like this way. It's gonna just bite across the face. Just across the. All you need is just get the forehead. Open the forehead up, and that's it, right? There's blood, right? So the feeling of this is to brush the jaw across. Brush the jaw across. So you actually don't need a lot of power in this. The momentum of the jaw going through with the body behind it, and I just need to catch the person with the end part of the jaw.
Okay.
It's going to whip across. Imagine that's the precision you want, right? To be able to train. That someone can stand there behind me, and I can roll, and I can just whip it across the head and choose where to bite into the head, right? This is the control you want. It's a kind of raking movement across the high to low. Yeah, nice. Oh, I must swell. So in a sense, I talk about the application too early. just think of this as a motion where you're basically going to fit the 𝘗 into a rotation. Yeah. The key moment, although what we do in the basic is this kind of rolling back. So you've got that position, and then I roll back into it. Think that the main thing you're training is the quality of screwing the body into the ground, right? So you don't have to go anywhere with this 𝗔𝗞𝗜𝗚. So this, feel that you're actually screwing the body into the ground. So that by the time you've halfway through the movement, you're actually already screwed into the ground, and then the arm completes it, right? So I don't want the body to not be in the ground, right? Watch this. The body's not in the ground, the momentum of the 𝘗 carries me out, and then it screws up anything. And any weight I've got in the 𝘗 will just be, it will just bounce off the person, right? So I actually want the body to be here biting into the ground, biting in, drawing the 𝘗back with it, right? So really imagine you're actually hitting someone with it or something. You can just imagine like a big punch bag behind you, like connecting into it with the body. But I need the ground behind it, otherwise it's for nothing basically.
I mean, I can't visualize what your legs look like. Could you do that again?
My legs. Oh.
Your feet. Your feet.
Who cares? You got that. In this case, you're gonna you can see the foot. Right? You are just into. This is like doing a tenkan, or time henko. This, and then you roll through it, and I readjust at the end. You got that. I adjust into the rotation. This leg takes the weight, and then I transfer it to that leg, and then I roll open the hip, and then I adjust it at the end. It's the last thing to adjust. Yeah.
So are you kind of like facing the opposite direction once you finish?
Yeah, totally, yeah. So the name of this is 𝘱𝘰𝘪𝘭𝘪𝘯𝘪, like a rear sweeping movement. So 𝘱𝘰𝘪 means like to the rear, right?
Yeah.
In this case, directly behind me. So for the 𝗔𝗞𝗏𝗜 as well, like that, the movement's going to finish. Yeah.
Okay.
Totally 180 degrees. And then
give it a go.
And then the what do you call them? Applications are going to come off that idea. Yeah. Okay. So just what's an idea of the weight corkscrew into the ground? Yeah, not so easy. Yep. Nice. Sorry. Okay. Okay, so we'll finish with one sequence from that uses the 6. So it's the start of the 6 and the end of the 6 with this sandwiched in between, right? So maybe we're going to but I'll show you and then we'll figure it out. We've got a couple of minutes to do it. So it goes like this. It's 1, 2, 3. All that's fine, right? Then we go into the HASSO. 4, 5, 6. Now we release. 7, 8. And we're going to go around 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, easy, right? 13 movements. So we'll go through it together, right? Look at this. 1, 2. Strike 3. Now you bring the HASSO into 4. You do the thrust. 5. roll back up, 6. You're going to do the barai, 7. Bring into a yokomen, 8. Rotate to the back, open up the grip for a block. So, there we go. We strike, yokomen. You go into gera. Gaishi. Serena's frozen. And we're going to come up. 13. Yeah, good. Okay, great. So it goes. My lucky number 13 goes. Ich. Ni. San. Shi. Go. Go. Six. Ouch. Ku. Ju. Juice. Jui. Juice. Good. And again. Ich. Ni. San. Shi. Go. Ro. Hach. Ju. Juice. Juni. We're going to finish with 14. I don't like the 13. Finishes with 14 with a ski at the end. We'll do 14. Okay, last couple. Ready? Ich. Ni. San. Shi. Go. Ro. Six. Hach. Ju. Juice. Juni. Jusa. Jush. Okay. Ich. San. Shi. Go. Ro. Six. Hach. Ju. Juice. June. Jusa. Juice. Okay. Last couple. I'm not going to count, just do the movement. Don't worry about the count so much. Don't worry about 14 movements. If you screw it up, you screw it up. Just go to the feeling of the katana. Just try and feel your way through the form. Oh. Oh, lost it. Oh, lost it. Okay, good, good. We'll just loosen out a little bit with the arms. So just you know, a little bit. It's like the weight of the jaw. Angry arms heavy. Just going to change my jaw. Yeah. Okay, last one. We'll do a kind of tension release movement. So we're just starting the feet and the leg and just the feet to start. Keep everything loose. You're just going to tension up onto the feet. Bring the feet like you're clinging into the ground. There. Bring yourself off the ground with the heels. Cling, tension, breathe in. And then release on the out breath. Let the feet spread. And then just let it travel into the knees. You're going to lock the knees up, lock the calf muscle. Look a little bit into the quads, so pull up tight. Nice deep breath in, tighten the knees, let them go straight down the legs. Pull the toes up long, 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 long. Breathe out, release, let the tension go. Let it go into the quads, the butt, squeeze the butt together, bang, like this. And the hips are going to go and squeeze as well, like you're cracking a walnut. Ready, steady, go, let's do this, laughing. Squeeze, breathe, tension all the lower body, the whole lower body's tension, the upper body's still light, right? Squeeze the butt cheeks and release with the out breath. Okay, we're going to skip the abdomen, we'll go to the arms now, so do the same, just starting with the hands. Don't worry about the feet for now, just tension up the arms, the hands, tension, tension, tension. Release. They go to the forearm, the elbows, tension with the fists, the grip, tension, 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 tension. Pull the elbows long, straight, release. And then the shoulders, pull the shoulders, pull them up to the top of the ears. Pull the fists up long, take a nice deep breath in. And good. There you go. Good. And then you do the legs and you do the arms together. Ready? So your feet. Squeeze the butt cheeks, squeeze the elbows, squeeze the knees, squeeze the feet, squeeze the hands, squeeze the elbows. Like a big robot. And then the last area, you're going to tension the whole core of the body, the whole trunk. You know, the abdomen is the key. Right? This is going to tense, this is going to tense, the throat is going to tense. Squeeze everything, right? Okay, ready? Close everything together. Squeeze everything, especially the abs. Yeah, this is tight. Shoulders. Take a nice deep breath in. And important bit of releasing. So the tension is important, but the release is better, right? We'll do it one more time. Nice deep breath in. And release. There. And release it. And release it. Just take a nice few deep breaths. Release it. Shake out the legs a little bit. Cut the arms. And there we go. Okay, great. We will bow out to that. Great. Domo arigatou gozaimasu.
どうもありがとうございました。
Okie dokie. Great. There we go.
Thank you.
Thank you. See you on Wednesday.